I have absolutely never, ever, ever triggered the global protect node with Magneto when I have used this tactic. It has just flat out never happened. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time for War 3 of the season. This is a pretty exciting one, and the epic saga of me versus Fury continues, and this is a wrinkle that I did not see coming. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. This is some pretty cool stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about it as we go. I was able to bring White Magneto again. He's becoming a staple of my attack team along with Archangel, and applying the pre-fight. If you're going to be applying the pre-fight, back out. Come on in, make sure it's still there. This is very much like when you take Human Torch and you're making sure that the Flame On has been triggered. This is the Ebb and Flow knockdown. And you're gonna see, I'm used to taking fighting Hitmonkey without the pre-fight. So I think we're gonna see a little bit of hesitance. Yeah, there it was. But I kind of caught on like, okay. And then right there, I was a little unsure too. Is it gonna stick? I'm getting used to it. All right, we're fine. And you know, this monkey's dead, right? Like, in fact, in some ways, I almost didn't even want to use the White Magneto pre-fight because I'm just used to fighting Hitmonkey without it. You saw there, I didn't heavy. I think there was a point where I didn't heavy, and just kind of letting the things build up and getting that fight over there. So went really fast, but it is what it is. It's a nice little fight. I've definitely got the SP1 evade down. In fact, I just finished up a war where I've got that down really well. And you know, the Hitmonkey, he's a problem if you make a mistake. If you make a mistake, he could destroy you in one SP1 or one SP2 really. But with the White Magneto pre-fight and Archangel, you're gonna take that down. All right, so we're gonna talk a little bit about Magneto. I know he's not the most exciting, but the guy does dominate, right? If they're metal and things like that. And the thing I wanna point out is it's not gonna be in this fight, but you're gonna see a Magneto fight against, I think it's a Hulkbuster. With this global protect, global of protect there, you can get in a situation where you've triggered the global and then you're needing to intercept with Magneto. And not that you can't do it, I've done it myself. It just can get you in some bad spots. So we're gonna talk about how to kind of get around that a little bit. One of the things I found out with Magneto, I don't think I've ever died with him in war, but the one thing I found is sometimes, you know, if you're just parrying heavy and over, you can get backed up a little bit. So I do like to do combos, as you're seeing there, because his SP3 is going to do plenty of damage. It's not like you need all 40 of the prowesses or whatever. Like, chances are you're going to be just fine with 15, 20 of them, whatever, especially if you're boosted. So I'm just going to go in here, get myself set up pretty close to the SP3 as you're seeing here. And then now I'm going to start building the prowesses, right? So I'm not even sure how many I'm going to build up to. Obviously, I think I could kill him now with the SP3, but went ahead and built up a few more and going to end this fight with the SP3. So that's just something I'd like to do. I've never died with Magneto. You really don't want to, you know, you never want to die. But pulling off a death with Magneto is just like, that is next level, not what you wanted. So, all right, here is the epic saga, the next chapter in my saga versus Fury. In War 1, the guy got me. He got me. I was, you know, my first fight, first war with my new alliance, and I made a mistake. He got me. It is what it is. I fixed that up, and it was basically heavying into his heavy. It was this exact node here with the heavy hitter, and it is a different spacing. And then I think it was in War 2 where I did take him down on redoubled determination. Archangel was able to just destroy him. I have the heavy spacing down, and actually I felt like the node worked out really well for me because it helped me get him to his SP2 more quickly. So it was beautiful. I was really pumped up to go in. I was not nervous at all for this fight. Just really excited to go in and just own it for my alliance. I know the spacing on the heavy hitter here. Got some really cool tips. Thank you, Baby Cham, if you're watching this, dude. You really helped me out on how to time this and remember that. So I appreciate that. Baby Cham Gaming 33. Check out his channel. Some cool stuff. And he helped me out with that. So I read the comments, I really do. So I always make those comments. I enjoy going back and forth with you all. So anyway, so I was very pumped up for this fight. I was all prepared for it. I had the heavy spacing going, and we're gonna enter it, right? And clearly I'm building this up for something, right? I'm building this up for something. And this is just one more thing. And that's, I don't mind showing my deaths. I really don't. I don't like the just plain old dumb ones, but if it's something we can learn from it, I love showing it. Here you go. Here's what you can learn from this. And you'll probably see it within seconds. Eventually it will load. Maybe this should have been a clue for me. how long this loading screen lasted. I do recall it lasting a long time and me worrying that you know, it's going to time out or something. Look at what's going. Do you see anything wrong here? He started in his second life, and it is not even remotely in my thinking that I should be prepared for this potentially to happen. The real irony here is this happened to me, I think, 3 seasons ago on lane 7 in section 2. And it was pretty much the same thing. I think I did handle it a little bit better. I reacted to it, but I'm pretty sure I still died. I was really upset. And then I had another fight with Fury that's bugged. My saga with Fury goes back a long time. Various bugs, things you're not expecting. So I'm not going to handle this. I was positive I landed the parry. I knew the timing was right. I was playing fine. I wasn't nervous. And, you know, that's my mistake for going in for the heavy, right? You should always kind of make sure that your parry lands, but it's war. They're running limber. So you don't really have a lot of time. I'm still not sure what the H is going on. Right about now, I'm starting to realize it. And I kind of got myself out of the corner, but I'm right back into it. And this fight's done. I'm dead. Like, he's got the bleeds on me. It's over. I was just so unbelievably annoyed is the word. Frustrated, annoyed, angry. Here, just to set up this next fight, because I'm going to talk about this other thing for us. This chitinous thorns. If you're using Magneto, you can just put the 1 point in coagulate. You're going to see how many bleeds I have on me, and I'm healing from it, right? You just put the 1 point in, that gets him to the 100% resistance, and you're now healing. It doesn't matter how many bleeds you get on yourself. You know, Colossus is a tanky boy, so you're going to see them not doing a ton of damage, but you're going to see I'm also going to be running the combos here to keep him on his side of the map, make sure I don't get cornered. And then in the next couple of fights, we'll talk about my little tip to make sure you don't trigger protection. All right, so the thing with Fury, like this, it didn't come at a good time for me. Just the war prior, I had moved to the center node in Mini Boss Island. Was very pumped up to take a fight on Mini Boss Island. I set my phone down and got to a little bit of work. So I think like maybe the timer, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't take the fight immediately, but I didn't. I go back and look at my phone and I have now moved to the wrong space, This happened to me like 4 or 5 seasons ago. Fortunately, I had videoed that 4 or 5 seasons ago. I was not videoing this one because I wasn't taking a fight. Like I didn't even intend to move. And then to have this with Fury, it's a lot, right? I mean, I'm even advising you part of what I wanted to show off in this war video was, hey, look, if you use the white Magneto pre-fight, back out and make sure it works. Like, why should you have to make sure something works? Just some really frustrating stuff for me. The cool thing was that my alliance mate was ready, finished off Fury. I didn't even have to spend any items. I didn't have to use another invulnerability or SP1 or anything like that. I didn't have to heal up, which would have been expensive considering I was boosted. So ultimately, the damage done to me personally really wasn't that bad, aside from just being frustrated because I had practiced the fight and I was ready for it and I was very excited to take it. And I use this analogy a lot with this game. This game for me is like that creaky old house, that stereotypical creaky old house that your family or you just love to death. But it creaks and you walk, and when the wind blows, it wakes you up and it makes a lot of noise. That's kind of how I feel about this game. I've just come to accept that some things just aren't going to work and nothing will ever be done about it. So if you ever fight Fury, go in knowing, absolutely knowing, this is one more thing you should be prepared for. Take a look in the upper right-hand corner. See if you see his Fury buff. It says Furious. You kind of have a cool thing going on because he's going to start degenerating and you will be much quicker into the fight. You have a really negative thing going on because that's really not what you should be expecting. That's not how he's supposed to work. All right, little ramble is over, but I did think there was something to learn from that. That's why I did want to show this fight. And that's why I don't mind showing deaths. I don't mind showing because these things happen and hopefully we can help prevent you from having the same problem. So here we go. And here's what I've done with Magneto. And I've been doing this for a few seasons now, so there's a chance you've already seen this, is you max out, I believe it is Stupefy. It is Stupefy. If it's not, I will in type put it right there on the screen. So you're probably already seeing it. If it's not, but it is the mastery that reduces ability accuracy of the defender by 30% if and when they are stunned. Magneto reduces the ability accuracy of a metal defender by 70%. And so what you're seeing here is if I'm going to be throwing a special or doing the heavy, I'm only going to do it while the defender is stunned because their ability accuracy is reduced by 100%. I have absolutely never, ever triggered the global protect node with Magneto when I have used this tactic. It has just flat out never happened. I've thrown SP2s with over 100,000 damage in fights. I've landed huge heavies, SP1s. It has never ever happened. It is, to the best of my knowledge, completely foolproof. So if you have any concerns or you're taking a big fight with Magneto, just throw the extra points in there, and you're going to be 100% fine, because it's 100% reduced ability accuracy. You're going to see it again here. So this is that strike counter combat power rate. I have taken this node before. I'm going to try to play the node a little bit here. You're going to see me start off with the combos and things like that. But ultimately, at some point, every time I've taken this fight, it pretty much just comes down to, a parry, a heavy. You're going to, I don't know if it's reverse his healing, but at least mitigate it significantly. And ultimately, your main goal here is to just evade his specials. His special one has caught many of a good player. I mean, I know some extremely good players who it's caught. It's even caught me before on different nodes. So he's got a quick little SP1 there. But as long as you just stay away from that, and again, it's Magneto, you don't want to ever die, but you really don't want to die with Magneto. I mean, that is pretty hard to do. And so just throw your combos here sometimes to keep the defender on their side of the map. If it takes another 30 seconds, it takes another minute or 2 minutes, who cares, really, right? I mean, I just took it looks like I took a combo there. This is going to turn out just fine. Keep him on his side of the map. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Throw these heavies over and over, and the fight will eventually end. It will eventually end, right? So we got this big boy going down. He's going to be down here pretty soon. And so I was, like I said, I was pretty frustrated about the Fury situation. I happen to already know that I am going to be fighting him again. This saga, this epic matchup between me and Archangel versus Nick Fury will continue. And no spoilers if there was a solo or if there's more things to learn, because I think either way it's cool and there's something for us to talk about and have fun with on the channel. So, all right, Hulkbuster is down. Felt good to just kind of finish the rest of the map. I really wasn't worried about any of these other fights. Checking in on my defender, Spork, with another kill. This is his second kill of the season. And then Kingpin had the other kill for me. So that's cool. So we're up to 3 defender kills on the season. Feeling good about that. As you're now seeing, we did win. So we are 3-0. Congratulations to Asian Sensation, Clown Fiesta, and Q, who obviously did great work in this war. And well played to Chosen One. This was a pretty close war. All of our wars have been pretty close. But we've just been managing to have a few less deaths than our opponent. And it was the 3rd war of the season, so the first week's standings were tabulated. And there we are. We were 2nd in Masters. It scored really oddly, or at least it's not the way I'm used to it. Maybe there's other places that score things this way. It's just not how I'm used to. But we're not technically 2nd. We are technically 5th. And that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a much better place to be than not 5th, right? Or below 5th. Excited to be there. I think ultimately the goal for this alliance is Masters. They are apparently a Masters alliance, so the skill level is clearly there. Been there long enough to see that. That is absolutely obvious, and I'm pumped up to be there. So we'll keep it going. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any tips or tricks on how you handle Nick Fury and things you look out for, because I am sure this guy has more tricks up his sleeve for me, and I'm enjoying it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.